Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. Taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Delayed game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Now let's go. Philly, here we go. Detroit. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Able to power through. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back to hold on.
A gain of 3, second down. And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. Running it, throwing it, they're precise.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. The play clock's running down. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Here we go now.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Play clock winding down. They'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even fall back. Good job declining that penalty.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Detroit, Detroit. Gone. Detroit, Detroit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And that takes us from second to third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it. Make it second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he'll give it here to his running back. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 69 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Defense.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. 10 yards still left on second down. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
So that'll back him up 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
That is caught at the 7. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That time a 6-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go. Check. Leopard.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The Niners on 3rd down.
Watch you now, Barney. Gun. Over.
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll look to throw here. McConnelly's got it over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this ball's going to be touched out just shy of midfield. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots, but what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Over. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. I give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 23 yards on the play.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, 49ers. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see... He'll try and start this drive in the air. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Open man, there is Patterson at the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that'll set them back 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Holding offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down at the 47-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This one away by the punter, Dar. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now Sammy Watkins and the rest of the offense getting set to go again. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Brandon Coleman was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back here right after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 15. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Bola able to drop him for a loss of a couple. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The 49ers are happy to be in front, and they'll look to play another solid half of football. The Rams know it's always hard to come in and get a win on the road, but they're not out of this one yet. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Returning it, John Ross. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ball start, offense.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. This is taken at the 15. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Back to that Philly. Over. Let's go. Back to that Philly. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Bola in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there, and big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
Time running out here on the play clock. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He finds Coleman.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be third and forever.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He'll drop to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding. Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time you had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard. Detroit. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Gone. Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit. Back in Philly. Here we go.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Green. Detroit. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The 9 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try to open things up in the run game.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The play clock's running down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Damon Harrison in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jayon Brown in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And, look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And the attempted 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. 13 all our score as we start quarter number 4. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing. Watch it now, Barney. Gun. Detroit. Back to that Philly. Here we go. Gun.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll set up to throw. And he's He's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They're going to look to throw. And this one's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Damon Harrison in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with it.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. This guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Play clock winding down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So that one will be accepted. And the penalty now makes it 1st and 20. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, now look at 56. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for L.A. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. San Francisco gets set to go here. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Leopard!
And he fires one incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And they're going to get the timeout call. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. He's hit 2. He's missed 1. This for the win. And this one is right down the middle. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Cooper Kupp sitting right at 100 yards receiving in that ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter this.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the 49ers, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew.